What are you, and how did you get in here?
I'm a Paramecium. I was hanging out in some water in the backyard, and the back door was unlocked.
What's a paramecium?
Oh, you guys don't know what a Paramecium is? I'm a really common protist. Let's back it up a little bit. Alright, let me tell you guys a little bit about my family background. I'm a protist in the SARS supergroup. That means that one of my ancestors, my great-great-great-grandpappy, engulfed a red algae in an endosymbiotic event. All my distant family members in the SARS supergroup have that common ancestor, and you can find some red algae DNA in all of us. Those are my cousins dinoflagellates, diatoms, brown algae, malaria, and oomocytes. Technically, I'm part of the ciliates group under SARS. We all have a bunch of cilia all over our cell surface. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself with that detail, though. Well, yeah, that's my broad family history.
Please stop. We really didn't ask you to.
Let me tell you more about my close family. So we Paramecium are single-celled organisms. We're pretty small, too, usually about 50 to 300 micrometers. That means you can barely see us with the naked eye when we're on the large side. Otherwise, you'll need a microscope to see us.
That makes no sense. You're like 6 feet tall.
You know, it's rude to interrupt. Anyway, you can find me all over the planet. I'm super common. Like most stagnant bodies of water, you'll find me in my family. Stagnant pools of water, lakes, pools, fresh water, and slow-flowing streams are all places we like to live. It's kind of crazy how we're spread out all over the globe, yet are all pretty genetically similar. Speaking of similarities, there's about 30 different species of Paramecium. The most common species are named Paramecium aurelia and Paramecium caudatum. Some of our more pioneering types have been known to ride animals in their wet fur to new bodies of water. Those are some bold souls. If that water dried up, they'd be done.
So, what are all those things like floating around inside of you, and why are you all furry?
Oh, those are my organelles. They function in a lot of similarity to the organelles you have in your cells. These allow me to function as an independent organism. I'm a heterotroph, so these all work together to let me eat other creatures around the water. For example, these little hair-like protrusions are my cilia. They all move together to let me swim through the water quickly. Don't mean to brag, but I can go pretty fast too. I can move at 4 times my body length per second. They also let me catch food to eat. When something gets caught in my cilia, I can move it towards my oral groove here. It's kind of like my mouth.
Huh. So, what do you like to eat?
Please don't say people.
I like other microorganisms a lot. Yeast, bacteria, algae. I need the energy too. It's not like I can just make my own by standing still. I'm a heterotroph after all. But yeah, once I catch some food in my oral groove, I ingest it and a vacuole forms around it. Once it's in there, enzymes and hydrochloric acid digest the food and release it into me for nutrients. Then any waste left in the vacuole is expelled. Speaking of that, these star-shaped guys are called contractile vacuoles. As I'm swimming around eating things, I take in a good amount of water. These are used for expelling that. Don't worry, we Paramecium are harmless. Also, you guys don't need to look so nervous. We're harmless to you humans. We're not like my jerk second cousin malaria at all. It's not like I'm going to eat you. Unless you're bacteria, that is. And that's not all. Probably my most important 2 organelles are my macronucleus and my micronucleus. See, I have 2 nucleus. The macro one contains the info I need to perform all my day-to-day functions, and the micro one contains my genetic material for reproduction.
So, being one cell and all, how do you reproduce?
I can actually do it a few ways. If life is good and food is aplenty, I tend to just split. I use binary fission to get this done asexually, and divide it into 2 daughter cells. They'll both be genetically identical to me when it's done. If times are tough and there's not much food, I'll reproduce sexually though. I'll find another different Paramecium and we'll make a bridge to each other. From there we'll share some genetic info with each other and reproduce that way. If times are really tough, I can also self-fertilize and make more Paramecium that way. But that's not ideal.
Wow, that's too much information, but kind of fascinating. So you said tough times. Do you ever have to defend yourself? You said you eat creatures, but do creatures ever try to eat you?
They do, actually. Didiniums, amoebas, and water fleas all have it out for me. That's why I have my good old trichocysts. This organelle is my defense. It's basically a dart I can protrude from myself to fight off attackers. Pretty cool, huh? Well, alright guys, it's been really nice talking to you, but I've been out of water too long. I'm gonna get back to that big puddle in the backyard and eat me some bacteria. I will see you later.
Bye.
What just happened?
I don't know, that was terrifying. A human-sized fuzzy blob just walked into our apartment and talked.